All right, what is up? It is Red, the rideshare ginger, coming right back at you. It is Wednesday morning, about 9:15 on December 5th. Nice morning here in Chicago. 30 degrees, no snow in sight, no rain, so nice, simple morning. Pretty cloudy outside, but it's going to be going good here this Wednesday morning. This video is not directed at my usual viewers. It's not directed at select viewers. It's not directed at Chicago viewers. It's actually directed at viewers in the markets that just received the flat surge, the new flat surge for you. And it seems like a lot of people are running scared from the flat surge and are upset about it. But what I'm here to tell you is we've had it in Chicago for a couple of months now. And me personally, I like the flat surge better than the multiplier in a lot of situations. It's just a new game, you gotta learn how to work it. And before we get too far in here, if this gets interrupted, it's because I have select only on and Lux only on. If I catch one of those rides, I'm taking one of those rides. So I'm just getting started here in the morning, so if I get one of those rides, I'm not gonna pass up on it. So if it does get interrupted, that's why. But back to the flat surge. If you don't quite understand how it works, it's a dollar amount that gets tacked onto your ride on top of it. And the nice thing that I like about it to start with is it does tend to stick in the area a little bit longer than the multiplier. So if you are within chasing distance, which each market's a little bit different, for me personally, more than 10 minutes, I'm not chasing. Less than 10 minutes, it's borderline for me. 5 minutes, I'm chasing. And it also depends on what size the surge is, whether or not I'm chasing it. But overall, don't chase surge unless you're close to it. But it does stick a little bit longer. If you're looking to chase it, it's not going to disappear on you real quick. And then additionally, it sticks to you. So if it's $5, you drive through it, you have that $5 until you take your next ride, as long as you do not switch your ride type. So if you have it set up and you're on X only at the time, do not switch and add deliveries, do not switch and add select, otherwise you drop the surge. Unless the surge is still there, then you pick it back up. Same thing if you're select, if you're sitting on select only, don't switch and add anything on, don't take anything away. Stick with what you got to hold the surge. But then it'll stick with you to your next trip. Or you can drive through the zone and drive away from it. And if you're holding the surge, you haven't caught a ride, you just did what we call stealing surge. You stole the surge from the area and are taking it out of that area. So one benefit is it goes with you. The one thing to say about it though is if you steal surge and you get a long ride, that ride will not be adjusted up. And what I mean by adjusted up is if you take a long trip while you're in the surge zone and your rider paid additional surge, that surge will get adjusted up to reflect the additional surge that that rider paid. So you get paid a little bit more than what the stated surge is. So that's a little bit how it works. Select also has a separate surge, just like it was with the multiplier. So it's a different surge on select than what it is on X, sometimes higher, sometimes lower, sometimes the same. Just kind of depends on what it's looking like. So it's kind of game the system, check back and forth. If you got some friends and you're sitting on select only and you're holding, $15 surge, have them check the X for you so you don't lose that, and see if you need to switch over to the X if it's sitting at 30 or something like that. One thing I have learned, and we have learned in the Chicago market with the new flat surge, is it's a different kind of trip that you're chasing. You're not chasing that long trip with a big multiplier. You're now chasing as many short rides as you possibly can, or you were chasing the pool rides. The pool rides with the additional, if you pick up 375 surge with an additional 375 per additional rider, that is a good trip. It's better than just the multiplier with a pool ride. You're gonna try to knock out as many short rides as you possibly can. So if it's sitting at $5 surge, and you knock out 4 rides in the next 30 minutes, you just picked up an extra $20 of what you normally make on those 4 rides in that 30 minutes. So it's all about knocking out the shorties as quick as you possibly can. At least that's what I recommend, and picking up the pool trips as quick as you possibly can. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to work for your market. Every market's a little bit different, but that's kind of what we've been seeing here in the Chicago market, is picking up the shorties and seeing that surge pop in certain areas and just trying to predict where the surge is going to be at that point. And overall, I am liking the flat surge over the multiplier for most situations, but it's a learning curve. Don't be afraid of it. figure out what you need to do, figure out your market. And one way, if you're sitting in a high surge area, and I'm talking $20 to $30 to $40, set a destination filter for a shorter distance away and try to stay in that area for as long as possible with a bunch of short trips. Obviously, you only get the 2 destination filters, so it's not gonna last forever for you, but try to knock out as many trips as you can in that short amount of time, that short area, and that way you're coming right back to it instead of taking a 45-minute trip out of it and only getting 1 ride out of that surge. Yeah, sure, it might adjust up a little bit, but you're gonna be better off knocking out a bunch of short rides out of it. So overall, this message was just kind of to go out to those other markets that just received flat surge. So I'll let you know it's not as bad as it may seem, and if you figure out how to work it right, it's gonna work better for you in most situations. And stealing surge is a good strategy as well. If you're in an area, sometimes you'll see that flat surge pop up and it's kind of fake surge and there's no rides coming out of it. Steal a surge, drive away, and get somewhere else. And you'll learn the areas that pop up and it's not real surge. It's just sitting there and there's no rides coming out of it. Constantly drive through those areas and grab it and take it somewhere else and grab a ride out of there and just keep circling back if you can knock out a few shorties that way. Or head to an area, pick up a ride, pick up the flat surge out of it, and drive away and try to get to another area where you know you're going to get a shorter ride than the area that the surge is sitting in, and then you can circle right back and grab another one. Every area is different, every market's different, so I can't tell you where to go to grab your short rides. I don't know your market. I can help you a little bit in Chicago, but outside of Chicago, your market's your market, and you just got to kind of figure that out yourself. But overall, I am looking to knock out this Wednesday and sticking with my goal of every time I head out, hit $100 and then see where it goes from there. So getting started here at 9 o'clock. Hopefully can wrap up that 100 by about 1:32. It's a Wednesday. It's a slow Wednesday. It's not going to pick up here much, but I want to try to get in and out before the traffic hits and knock out that 100. Hey, if I knock out a Select or a Lux ride, it's just going to come that much quicker for me. So let's see what we can catch here. But until I get back on next time, and I'm still coming at you, I got a few videos coming here pretty quick. Should be getting out a couple more at a Michigan trip. Blackout Wednesday surge was insane that I want to talk about a little bit, and I did end up carrying some surge and holding it for roughly 8 hours a little while back and cashing in on it. So gotta talk about that a little bit as I come in with the next videos. And then last week, like I said, my last video $800 week in about 30 hours. Nothing to complain about. Gonna try to hit roughly that number again this week, and then next week we'll start trending upwards as I have less class and more time to work and spending less time in Rockford and more time in Chicago. But till next time, like, comment, share, shoot me an email if you have any questions, whatever you need, comment, ask questions, and just let me know what else you want to know about, and I'll try to make as many videos as I can about the topics that you're looking for. If someone comments something that they don't know about, I'll most likely make my next video on that. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again.